Okay. It is on, it is recording.
Yay.
So, let us talk about the Guns N' Roses tour. You just finished a Canadian leg.
Yeah, I was in Canada. We had minus 20 wind chills, and I'm back in New Jersey now, and I'm looking out the window at about a foot of snow coming down, and I had just been hanging out with Mark Weiss over at Sebastian's gig, and I feel like I never fucking left. Covered in snow, Sebastian playing.
Yeah, you know, the great thing here is that we can see green grass up here in Montreal right now, and it's 34, so... you did it backwards this year. But how did the tour go? I mean, everybody was thinking, oh, it's going to be canceled, and we'll do riots, and blah, 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 and then it went off without a hitch.
Yeah, I'm pissed, man. I thought I was going to have my first riot. What the hell? We almost had one in Toronto, but no. Yeah, it was good. It was real good. People, you know... It's like any tour. You come back thinking, like, damn, I met some really cool people and had a lot of fun. And I find, like, you don't even remember the shows themselves. I mean, whatever happens, happens.
Right.
You know, you play the stuff, you trip over your own feet, you have a good time, you play jokes on each other, whatever it is, you play the songs, you have fun. But it's everything else. So just remembering the little things that surrounded the normal human interactive stuff, interactions and everything, and there's a lot of good ones.
Is it nice to actually have done a Guns N' Roses tour and not have all that negative press that always comes out where people are just talking about you guys don't tour, when you do tour you don't show up on stage, and I mean, is it nice that it just went off and all the press was like, wow, they put on a great show, it sounded great, it looks great, you know?
It was nice. Yeah, I gotta say, because, yeah, usually it's like you bust your ass, you give it all you got, and then...
You pick up the paper the next day and it says, fuck Axl.
Yeah. So, it's nice to... Yeah.
And what does DJ Ashbaugh bring to the mix?
Oh, that guy's just stealing the show, man. He's all over the fucking place, he's just killing it. And it's good. I mean, I know how it is to come in to a band, replacing other dudes. You got a very skeptical world around you, and it's not always easy to step up sometimes. You can't give 100% because just all the pieces aren't in place for you to do that, and I'm glad that he was able to just jump in and kick everyone's ass and just, you know, put on a great show and give everything he's got. So it's good, you know.
Does it bring a new energy to the band where there's enough motivation that people go, hey, we got to get this band on CD someday?
I think so. I hope so.
You hope so?
I mean, I'd like to.
Do you think that you'll head back into the studio soon?
I can never predict that kind of thing. You know, it's like, at this point, I'm just thinking, you know, very short term. It's like, all right, let's tour, let's support Chinese democracy. You know, there's plenty more music that still exists to look at. But yeah, man, I would love to start writing and recording and get that happening.
Now, until that happens, is 2010 done for you? No, you still got South America to go, and then
we got South America and whatever is going to come after that, which at this point nothing is confirmed enough to announce, and it probably shouldn't be announced from me.
Okay.
So we're just kind of waiting for it to be definite, so that we, you know, I don't want to say things prematurely. If something changes, then it just screws up a bunch of people's plans.
But maybe the people in Europe and Japan and Australia, the other markets that haven't been hit there, maybe they can start maybe getting somewhat excited that there's a possibility of something in the air.
Oh, we did hit Japan in December. Just Osaka and Tokyo. Actually, that was pretty cool. Like, we did a couple of things on that run that were never done before. I mean, we did Taipei, we did Seoul, South Korea for the first time in the history of that band. We played the longest GNR show in its history ever in Tokyo.
Almost 4 hours.
Almost, yeah. It was like 3 hours, 37 minutes. And we did like 13 songs off Chinese and just a ton of jamming and just busting out whatever. it was really cool, man.
How do you handle a show like that as a musician? Because even the shorter shows were still over 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, don't you need to go to the bathroom or eat, or don't you get exhausted?
No, when you're on stage, it's like, you're just in a different mode.
Okay.
And you don't think about that stuff. You just play, and I mean, I'm used to 10-hour rehearsals with a 30-pound double neck around my neck, so for me, playing 3 hours is a piece of cake. Although the next day, you wake up and you feel like you were in a car accident. But while you're there doing it, you're fine.
That's gotta hurt. Now, the set list keeps switching every night. How many songs have you prepared or rehearsed to be able to do that?
I don't know. What is it? I think the list we had, when we go down it, if you included like little solo spots and everything, I think it was around 35. But then during the tour, we just started busting out other things. Like we started playing a whole lot of Rosie from AC/DC. Started jamming to like Brick in the Wall from Floyd, and just little things like that we just kind of pull out of the air. So it's kind of open.
Now, on this tour, you were doing the Pink Panthers theme as your solo. How did that come out? Were you just a big fan of the cartoon or the Peter Sellers movies? Or?
Oh, yeah. It's funny because I'll be playing that solo, and then Axel will say something into my in-ear monitors that only I could hear. Like, I'll be in the middle of playing, and then suddenly I hear his voice just like, "Do you have a room?" Like, you fuck, I'm trying to play.
That's kind of funny.
About 3 days before we were leaving for Taipei, I was like, damn, I'm going to have to do a solo. And I've been avoiding thinking about this. And I just thought about it. I was like, I could do the Charlie Brown theme, and I could do this, I could do that. I don't want to just stand up there and wank like a douche. I'd rather wank like a douche with music behind me.
With music behind you.
So yeah, I just thought of that. I was like, and I just asked everyone. I said, hey, you know if anyone ever did this one before? And they're like, nah, I don't think so. I was like, cool, let's do it. And just busted out like a quick arrangement of it and everything, and that was it. And then we went out and played it.
Man, it's a fun spot, actually, because, like you say, sometimes you get these guitar solos that go on for 5, 6, 10 minutes, and it's just a whole lot of noise, and you go, what's the point? But this is kind of, it's entertaining.
Well, that's the idea.
That's the idea,
damn
right?
thing, with that entertain and try my best to make it happen.
Absolutely. And, sorry, distraction by a little 3-year-old again.
Oh, hi, little sweetie.
I apologize.
No, good.
So, now, you also have your own thing outside of Guns N' Roses, the whole solo career.
Yeah, that, I've been putting out albums since, I'm figuring like the early 90s, doing a lot of comp CDs for instrumental guitar stuff. But my first album came out around 94, 95. It's called The Adventures of Bumblefoot. And it was this, it was on Fractal Records. Hence. And that's where it came from. Yeah, the name came from helping my wife study. She's a veterinarian, and when she was in school, I was helping her study, and one of the diseases we came across, ulcerative pododermatitis, which was also known as Bumblefoot, and it was just such a funny name that I said, I'm going to write a song called Bumblefoot about some, like, superhero foot with a stinger that just fucks everyone up, and did that, and then when that album came out, I was like, all right, let's go for that, and the cover had that image, the striped foot, wings, stinger flying overhead, buildings burning underneath, and just chaos and destruction and everything. It's called The Adventures of Bumblefoot, and every song was named after a different animal disease. Orf, Scrapey, Blue Tongue, Limberneck, just all the strangest animal diseases, names that I could find, and then tried to write a song that fit the vibe of that name. Strawberry Foot Rot. Ick. And actually that album was just re-released by the label 15 years later, and we added a few songs, a few bonus tracks from a Sega video game that I did back then, like around 95, 96, something like that. And we put a couple of those tracks from that video game on